Betty White is experiencing her own personal renaissance, fueled by fans who could be her grandchildren. But comedy is timeless, and she gets the joke, as Vicki Maybury discovered when she went on the town with the last of the Golden Girls.
Betty White in Life with Elizabeth.
Betty White started her career on radio and quickly moved to television, where she became an instant star. White began her television career in 1939. She was on the infamous shows such as The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls. She has also appeared in many other shows and advertisements as well. Her career has spanned many generations, and her sense of humor has followed her along the way.
Can you believe that backstabbing slut?
White truly does have an amazing sense of humor, and is clearly not afraid to say a risque joke. White's career could be most well remembered for how well she has made people laugh in every decade since the 1940s. And even recently, she has been on Saturday Night Live.
Facebook is a great way to connect with old friends. Well, at my age, if I want to connect with old friends, I need a Ouija board.
Even though White has been working extremely hard for a number of years, there are no signs of her slowing down.
I've been working steady for 63 years. But everybody says, oh, it's such a renaissance. Maybe I went away and didn't know it. But
Okay, 1, 2.
Betty White was, and is still known for her work on television and her great comedic work. However, what people might not know about Betty White is that being on television and becoming one of the most famous actresses of all time was not her first choice. White has always had an extreme love of animals, and she originally wanted to be a zookeeper. But unfortunately, women could not work that job way back when. Betty now likes to spend as much time as possible as she can at the Los Angeles Zoo in California.
Do you feel like if you weren't an actress, you would be working here at the zoo?
oh, growing up, first I wanted to be a forest ranger, and girls couldn't be forest rangers back then. And then I thought, oh, but I want to be a zookeeper. Well, back then, girls weren't zookeepers either. But I wound up a zookeeper.
Betty White's love for animals never left her throughout her years of acting, and her dream of being a zookeeper has come true.
Come on, darling. Come on, sweetheart. Good boy. Good boy. Well, thank you for coming up here.
White does not just love one type of animal or favors a specific kind of animal. She's a true animal lover and loves all of the species and loves them all equally.
There's a certain breeding age that it's a very, very serious situation. But we'll find her for you, Billy, I promise.
You're going to find him you're like a matchmaker.
Absolutely.
Like the elephant matchmaker.
White will even try to set up love for elephants or even go visit the baby koalas and give them compliments.
You are pretty adorable, but I bet you know it.
Even while at the zoo, White still jokes around and plays with the microphone, pretending it's an animal.
Baby. I'm thinking of breeding them.
White might even be the most popular person at the zoo, beating out some of the animals.
That's a nice.
You're driving through here, or you stop, and all these people want to take your picture.
Oh,
and
they're all so nice.
They're young enough to be my grandchildren almost.
Oh. Well, I'm the oldest old broad on the face of the earth. I'm 88 and a half. And a lot of these people, the kids have grown up with me, and their parents have grown up with me, and their grandparents have grown up with me. I'm a fixture as far as they're concerned, so that's why they kind of feel that we're, close.
Although Betty White is a fixture at the Los Angeles Zoo, White is still a working actress on a very successful program. When White is not at the zoo, she is a mainstay on the popular TV land show, Hot in Cleveland.
Victoria's having a senior moment.
Betty White is having anything but a senior moment.
That's not a phone, dear.
We're just singing them off. I mean, this stuff just comes to you, and it's a little bit risque.
I have a bawdy sense of humor. I have to keep my mental editor awake at all times, and sometimes he dozes off.
Anything in showbiz that you want to do that you haven't?
I always have one answer for that question. That's Robert Redford.
You mean you want to star opposite Robert?
That's not necessarily what I meant, but if that works for you, fine.
Betty White's career and life will be most remembered for her acting and comedic work, but she'll end her career doing what she loves best, working with animals.